So also, I got up to 50,000 subscribers, and I'm really happy about that. When if anyone has been here with me from the beginning, this has been a journey. It was for a very long time, I wasn't getting subs, and where I just started just to be myself and stop listening to all of these other, there was advice going on, circulating on YouTube. This is how you should, present your channel. This is what you need to do. But what people don't understand, that there has been a change in the way videos are distributed on your YouTube channel. And so if you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel, start it. And I would suggest that to anyone. For me, it's a lot of therapy. I'm able to share what I love to talk about, which is the Most High God. And I like to share the scriptures and things of that nature, and any advice that I can give to anyone. And so I have a lot of life's experience. And sometimes there's a lot of stuff going on in my mind that, it's just, I need to get it out. And so maybe that's the creative energy. I don't think I'm in the... Let me look with my glasses. I don't even know if I'm in the... Okay, yeah, there it is. Maybe that's the creative person that's in me. I've always been an artist, so to speak. I've always been someone that is outside of the box. I've always thought that way. So just being able to come on the platform and be able to share some of my thoughts, my ideas, my feelings, it's very therapeutic. And I hear other YouTubers say the same thing. So if you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel, go for it. I would suggest you just pick up your camera, your phone, or whatever, and just start. And it is a hustle, but trust and believe that if you just find what it is you like to do, or what you do to like to share with others to provide value, just do it. There's been a change in the way videos are distributed. It's not the same as it was before. I mentioned this on one of my videos way back. I can't even remember what it was. I appreciate the YouTube platform. I have to say that, because I am able to express myself. And some of the thoughts that I have, some of the belief systems that I have are not according to the status quo. They're not as popular. But yet I am able to have a voice and present that on this channel. And that's what I appreciate. I appreciate being able to speak what I feel, and know that there are others who may feel the same way. And that's what you get when you get your subscribers or your views and those kinds of things. I'm starting to open up my comments so that if anyone has anything, they want to say, usually I just direct you to email me. And I appreciate the emails and that kind of thing. But I'm going to open up the comments as well. I've had them off for a long time and just never thought anything of it. I thought maybe I should open up the comment section, because maybe you may not necessarily have something to say to me that allows my viewers to be able to speak to one another and express themselves. Maybe you don't want to pick up a camera. Maybe you would just rather express yourself in a written format, like through the comments. And so I never thought about that. Someone had let me know that that is a good idea, to open up the comments, because a lot of time viewers want to interact with one another. And I never thought of it that way. I just figured if you have a question and you want to contact me about something, just email me. If you want to interact with one another, feel free to do that. I'll go over them and reply to the ones that I can. But I did get a comment on my last channel, and they asked me about, on my last video again, I talked about some of the platforms that tend to be a little restrictive. And, they have this situation where they don't really get back to you if you present your inquiry online and all of that. And then I talked about one YouTube person who had a Shopify account, and not only was her account frozen or restricted and she couldn't get access to her funds, but so many people in our comment section was saying the same thing. And then recently, as I was doing some networking on LinkedIn, in which I hardly ever do, I've always had a LinkedIn account, but never really, I never really searched for jobs on LinkedIn or anything like that. I never networked it on LinkedIn. It seemed to me at first kind of complicated, but then I had been going through a project and someone taught me some tricks of the trade about how to navigate through LinkedIn. And so I started utilizing it and posting and things of that nature. And all of a sudden my account got restricted. And then they told me to verify my ID, in which I did. I have my driver's license to put in and all of that, but they kept rejecting it. And so it got rejected. But I couldn't inquire. I couldn't put in, a inquiry, because in order to do that, you have to log in. If I'm restricted from logging in, I can't get the matter resolved. So I thought that was kind of foul. Wait a minute, my information is on your platform. What are you doing with my information? I didn't put any monies towards them. A lot of times these platforms request that you pay them for like premium services, and that's what LinkedIn does. They have other types of programs and things that you can use to network. I thought it was a networking platform, so why do you have to elevate or pay extra? Well, because it's overly saturated. It's so many other people on the platform. So in order to get your information out there, they would suggest that you pay for premium services or elevated services, so that your posts and things of that nature can be seen over others who are not paying for the platform, for whatever the reason. But I didn't pay for any of that extra stuff. Put all my information on your platform, and what are you doing with all of my information and then restricting me from getting to my account? I can't even get into my account to close it. What are you doing with my information, the details that I put on your platform? What are you doing with that? And then I saw that hot flashes, y'all, sorry. And then when I saw that video with the young lady on YouTube, and she was talking about her situation that she was going through, and then all the people in her comment section would talk about what they were going. They don't have a right to just take their money and hold it. So yeah, go back to the last video and it explains all the details. I was just thinking about all of these different things and how we utilize these platforms and things of that nature. A lot of these platforms are doing unethical business. And so my experience here on YouTube has been really good. The only times I've ever had a problem with my video content is if I have a copyright issue. I like to use a lot of music. I like to use also other, video clips and things of that nature. And so sometimes when you do that, you run the risk of going against copyright, copyrights. You have to be careful with that. And so I've learned how to go about, putting certain things on the platform. And a lot of times, a lot of my videos, because I like to comment on certain things, are, my monetization is shared with others. Now, I don't really get a lot of money here because I don't post as regularly as I should. And I'm thinking maybe I should do that, because I've reached 50,000 subscribers, and from day one, I just picked up a camera and started posting, not really knowing where I was going with this. And the fact that I have been, my videos have been distributed and that kind of thing, I'm quite grateful. And it's this platform that allows me to do that. And I know a lot of us get on the platform and we talk about, a lot of stuff, and some of the things that I can talk about can be rather controversial. But to be able to have a platform where I can express myself, I think is really awesome. And so I'm appreciative of you, the viewers who come, those of you who come regularly, those of you who have rocked with me from the beginning. And you've seen some crazy videos. There's one of the videos I did with a ride with me is circulating, and That was like one of the oldest phones that I had. And it was just like all over the place, but it didn't matter to me. I just felt good posting a video. And it got better and better. And I think I could probably do a lot better. I could probably invest in better equipment and things of that nature. But just being able to come on here and share with you all is a blessing. And I wanted to answer the question, the Shopify. I was talking about that on the last video. And the question was, oh, wait a minute, I have to see what the question is. So the question was, did the YouTuber ever get her money back from Shopify? And I don't know the answer to that. I just saw that one video. And according to that video, she was still going through the situation. Her funds were on hold. So I don't know what happened after that. I'm not a frequent viewer of that particular channel. It just happened to come across my feed and I saw it. I'm not really sure what happened, but what I do know is that the folk that were in her comment section, these things had been going on for them for like months, 6 months at one particular person. And I think one of the ladies said she had $70,000 held up from her in her Shopify account. I knew it was a lot. And I think the figure was 70,000, if I'm not mistaken. I knew it was thousands, and I knew it was a lot. And I know that someone does not want 70,000 being held in an account that they don't have access to, don't understand why their funds are being held. They're not receiving any feedback from the company. They were asking if they were considering using Shopify, and they were asking if the YouTube person received her funds. And I don't know at this point. But like I said, there are people in the comment section who were complaining, and their situation had been going on for months. And according to the video, she had not have her problem was not resolved. And then the question was about YouTube. And that's why I mentioned my experience here on YouTube, because they also asked, how do I feel about YouTube? I think it is a great platform for anyone to be able to come and share and add value to the YouTube community. There is something for everyone. I think it's a really good opportunity. I don't know about how other people's experiences are, but the folk that I follow on YouTube, because not only do I provide content, but I also watch a lot of YouTube creators, and I admire them. There's some of them that have influenced me to be on the platform, and so I admire a lot of folk who come on the platform and who are just diligent about doing it. It has taught me also how just to stay inspired. Sometimes you may have your down times and you have to take a little break away from it. And that's me. And that's me about a lot of things. But I'm an introvert at heart, in that a lot of my inspiration and stuff that I get is when I am on solo. When I can stop and think and reflect, and that's when I'm the most productive. With any situation, it can become overly, just too much for me, and I have to step back and reflect, reposition myself, and then get back in. So that's what I tend to do with YouTube. If I could be more consistent, I'm going to try to do that. I think my channel would grow a bit more, and I'm not really making enough to just stop work and start just being a full-time YouTube content creator. I wish I could. That would resolve a lot of issues. And I'll be going back to work eventually. But the last job that I had, I just needed to walk away. And when I read the book of Jasher, particularly those chapters that I was telling you about in the last video, it just kind of touched my heart. Certainly, I'm not saying that we are living in slavery, but I believe this system where you have people who are working very hard, some folk doing gig jobs, some folk working multiple jobs, but not being able to make ends meet. You have some folk who are working long hours, long days. They may not have transportation to get to work. So they're getting on trains, buses, waking up very early to go to work and get there, and then coming back home, having to be on the train or subway or bus for hours. Some folk are not even living in homes. They're living in hotels, and if they can find a hotel, thank God. There are some people who are working and they are homeless. And we don't consider that because many of us live charmed lives. And so if I were to complain about what I'm going through on my job and walking away, that's nothing compared to those who are silently suffering. I'm not a silent sufferer. I have options, but there are some folk who don't have options. And so I'm here talking to you. If this doesn't fit you, I'm not talking to you. Those who have an ear are hearing what I'm saying because they know I'm talking to them. And that's why I presented this video. Some people think that when you come on and maybe you do have a life where, you know, what are you complaining about is what they're saying. Well, maybe I'm not complaining or talking about myself. I am considering the fact that there are others that are going through situations and they don't have a way out, and it seems like they're on the grind constantly and there's no light at the end of the tunnel. And so I do want to introduce to you JRW Employment, www.jrw-online.com. Have some solutions for you that you may want to take advantage of if you want to get out of that grind. So that is one aspect. But most importantly, based on what I was saying in my last video, is God hears your voice. And I'm going to tell you something. You may not be able to walk away. Just keep praying. The Lord is hearing your voice, and He's going to open up another door for you. This kind of system where everybody is just working so hard and can't even make ends meet, that is not God's best for you. And I'm telling you, God has opportunities. He has things that you can take advantage of if you just take an opportunity, if you just take a chance, take a leap of faith, do something outside of the box. There are a lot of YouTubers on the platform sharing various opportunities and things that you can do to get out of that grind. But for your own benefit, for your own health, for your future, you might want to consider some other options that can catapult you into a different direction. I was just wanting to follow up on that video that I did. Certainly, you may not be a silent sufferer, but you may look to the left and look to the right, and you may be standing next to a person who is in a situation where they need help. Anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I just wanted to say thank you for stopping by. I will see you next time, and God bless. So I'm going to be opening up the comment section. So, hey, if you have any comments, feel free to comment, or you can shoot me an email. That works too. Okay, thanks, y'all.